Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So, there's been some exciting stuff been going on in the world of Transformers lately. And I'm talking about not the new stuff necessarily, but a lot of the old Generation 1 stuff. Because they've been reissuing the toys in certain stores, like I believe Target's doing it, and Walmart. And, so I was excited to see that because essentially they're bringing back the old packaging, like almost as if it exactly was back in the 80s when they first released the Transformer line. When I was a kid, I got into Transformers, but kind of a little bit, into, I guess like the second season maybe was when I really started to get into the toy lineup and stuff. So I didn't get a lot of the old original toys that came out, that the first line of toys. I didn't get a whole lot of those. I had like a few of the, a few of them. But one of the ones that I was always fascinated by was Bumblebee. And I never had him as a kid. And he was just like a simple little figure. He was just one of those, cheaply made figures, like these guys, the little guys. And, they didn't cost a whole lot of money. But at the time, I didn't really see them on the shelves when I went shopping. You just didn't see them. Eventually, I was able to pick up the Generation 2 Transformer. That's Bumblebee there, in his gold form. This was like Transformers Generation 2 came out a little bit later on. This is like 93. And they kind of like revitalized the Transformer line and just kind of made a whole bunch of new toys based on the original Transformer lineup. But they changed the color schemes and stuff like that. So Optimus Prime is there, but he's got a black trailer. Bumblebee obviously is gold. You can see it there. Looks kind of neat though. And this is him in his gold bug mode. And I actually ended up picking up two of these. I found these a little bit later on, actually, from when the original release of the Generation 2 came out, even. And it was like in some like little shop somewhere, and they had like a bunch of them, and I picked up two of them. One so I could open it up and play with it, the other one to keep them in the package. Unfortunately, the way I was keeping it, I wasn't keeping it very well. It's kind of warped, so that's not good. But I just wanted to have one to keep in an original package, just to remember how it would have looked. So when Walmart decided to start doing these reissues, I got really excited. So I've been keeping my eye out for Bumblebee. Out of the line of little guys anyways, they also released some of the bigger toys like Hot Rod, and I even heard that they made the Constructicons, the Devastator, and and slowly they're going to probably do another wave of them. At least I've heard anyways that there's going to be another wave of new figures coming out. To kind of, bring them all back eventually. And so I was lucky enough to find a Bumblebee in the store. And I grabbed it. I had to, like, literally, when they stack them all together, and they're all the different figures, and, you have to kind of look at the first one, and you have to look behind it to see if they got the figure you want. Well, that's what I had to do, and he was right at the end. And so I had to, like, literally pull all the other ones off, pull this out, and I'll be like, awesome, I finally got myself a Bumblebee. Now, it is a reissue one. I mean, this is going to say in the back here. It should have the date somewhere. It's going to be like 2017. So you know it's not the original one. Even though the packaging looks like the original one. It even has that little, what is this, the bio to tell you about Bumblebee. And it has this funky thing here, which you're supposed to use those little red clear things. Hold it on there, and you can actually see the stats behind it. Kind of a thing they did mostly in the 80s. Although I'm starting to see them sort of come back with modern toys. But, I mean, whatever. I didn't really bother too much with that. But that's how he looks. So, I ended up going again to another Walmart, and I found another one. So I grabbed it. I'm like, hey, this time I can actually open one up and actually compare it. Like I said, I got, these little guys here. I didn't get a lot of the minis, like a lot of the Transformer minis. This is Beachcomber. I do have like a few others, but they're kind of in another box somewhere, which I have to dig through. I think this guy's Pipes. He's kind of neat. He looks like another one called Huffer, but he's blue. I think his name is Pipes. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below. Now, the one thing I wanted to notice, or I did notice right away, was the Generation 2, he's in his bug form. Whereas this one, he's in his robot mode. I don't know. I've never seen the actual G1 Bumblebee brand new, so I don't know how it was packaged, but I'm assuming they would have copied exactly the way it was packaged. The other thing I noticed is his head looks a little bit different. I don't know if you can zoom in on there, but that looks more like the cartoon head than what would have been on the original. But I could be wrong. I mean, there's the G1 head. It looks a little bit the same, but I don't know. His head just looks a little bit different. So I wonder if they changed it for this. But yeah, I've heard different stories about these ones being, not as well built as the original ones, like I guess the plastic used or the casting, whatever they used to replicate it. So let's actually open one up. Let's see which one's in better shape. And then I'll open up the one that's not in better shape. This one's kind of got the thing stuck to it, which is weird. This piece here kind of got that stuck to it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I don't think it matters. Let's just open one. It's been a long time since I've opened up something like this, like a transformer like this. And try and open it nicely so I don't damage all the packaging. I mean, luckily they're just bubble, blister packed or whatever. A lot of toys today now have that, they're literally like in there like a coffin. You have to like go through like mountains of packaging and twist ties and everything just to get the dang thing out. So we got it out there. You can see more of his body there now in there. That's cool. And there we got Bumblebee. Not bad actually. I mean, he's really light. There's the back of his head there. I always wondered what that is on the back of his head. Looks like some kind of a jet pack thingy or something weird. You wouldn't see that on the back of a normal Volkswagen Bug, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, this so far he looks nice. His arms are tight. It's not like all loose and stuff. And the good thing about these is they're very, very simple to transform. I mean, they're very simple. So like we just pop his head in there. Now he's lost his head. And you pop those things down. Pop these things down. Kind of reminiscent of the old GoBots too. I believe these just pop in. Yeah. And then let's get that in there. And then we just pull in. Maybe I was supposed to put the feet in first before I put the arms in. Rookie mistake here. Not used to transforming Bumblebee, I guess. Okay, so let's put in his feet first. There we go. And then we'll put that in like that. Oh, I heard some clicking noise. That wasn't good. Almost like broken plastic. There we got the little bug that would. I mean, really nice looking. It really does kind of look like a Volkswagen Beetle, except that, I don't know, there's something a little bit off about the way it's shaped. I don't know. Like, I think it's the back. I think there's something odd about, a real Volkswagen Beetle has more of a, roundy part at the back, but ultimately it looks cool, and it rolls. Let me try here. Rolls, it rolls pretty crappy. Maybe it's just the table I'm doing it on, but whatever. Looks nice. Looks cool. A little tiny display piece. Kind of the same kind of consistency in the original one, so I don't know. Maybe it is pretty much the same. It's not bad. Now, Bumblebee did make a comeback as the latest Transformer movie, and I went to see that just this past Christmas time. Actually, I think I ended up seeing it around on New Year's Day, and I was like amazed at this movie. I mean, it was just, it brought back the actual memories of the Transformers. And the first Michael Bay Transformer movie, I liked it because it was our first chance to see live action Transformers. I wasn't crazy about the changing of the way they were supposed to look and modernizing them essentially. I wasn't crazy about the fact that they took place in 2007, I think is when that movie came out. It took place in the new millennium kind of thing instead of in the 80s. Where they belong. But I understand that Michael Bay had to shoot towards a younger audience. The movie wasn't necessarily just geared towards people of my age. It was geared towards, the modern audience. So I can understand that kind of thing, happening. But anyways, I mean, that movie was not bad, and there was a few things I didn't like, but I kind of was okay. After that, the movies just kind of went south. So it was nice to see this one kind of re-energize the, I is that a word? Re-energize the franchise and kind of bring it into our kind of era. I kind of like that. You know, for people like me that grew up with the cartoon and really loved the way they looked. Like in this movie, you see Soundwave and Shockwave in their natural form, whereas in the Michael Bay versions, well, I guess they're all Michael Bay, but he kind of produced this one too. It's just, I don't know, they changed them too much, and I didn't like it. Anyways, yeah, so this was kind of cool. I was glad I was able to grab a second one, and, you know, I don't think I'll grab a third one. I don't think any need for it. But that's cool. I'm looking forward to new ones coming out, and hopefully they'll reproduce or bring out Beachcomber again, and Cliff Jumper and all the other little guys that were a lot of fun. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of Bumblebee. Did you see the movie? What did you think of it? And leave some comments down below. Hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.